most of the year. Evening, Vin, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, sure. Jurgen, congratulations.
Thank you.
Premier League win. So many good aspects to the performance tonight as well, but that's bang at it from the start. But what really stood out for you on the night?
The performance, nothing else is there. Stand out. So it's start really good, super important. So the story of the game is the story of the game, but the story of the game could have been completely different if we don't start like we start, I would say. So that's how it is. We always try, we don't do always, but we try to give a game a direction, and this direction was clear and obvious in the beginning. And then we have chances, we miss them, we score goals, should have scored more, miss a penalty, go in half-time and can show the boys when Chelsea came out, when Chelsea played through us, why and where and how we can do that even better. But 2-3 situations where the press started with Diogo instead of Dom, and then they pass around us and go through, and then you have to do a lot of work to sort that out. In that moment we could do that, but the game felt in the first half more dominant than it actually was, like possession wise, and that's an interesting insight. And then it was clear we have to do the right things again and again and again. It's what we did, and then we change and maybe take tonight the two best performers. They performed all really well, but with Joey and Conor, we take them off because they played now an awful lot of games, and we have Robo and Trent on, and they need rhythm. So it's like you bring them. Obviously, the goal we didn't concede because of that, but that was the period when they all of a sudden. Now with Nkunku and stuff like that, when they all of a sudden came through and we had to defend slightly deeper and a bit different. But then we controlled it again, and that's the most important stuff. It's not about that you get through this super convincing and with no problems. The opponents are too good for that. And that's why I'm super happy with the performance, just because we had problems, we overcame them, and a lot of good moments.
I know we spoke about Conor in the build-up to the game, but it's 2 man-of-the-match performances on the bounce now. 2 assists, his first goal for Liverpool, and I know even looking ahead to the Arsenal game that you're factoring in that Trent's coming back from an injury, but it's a nice problem to have, certainly, isn't it, given the form that
there is no problem.
I shouldn't phrase it as a problem, sorry, but it's
yeah,
a nice
good.
Situation to
there's no situation. It's just it's just how it is. So so now we finally realized we had 7 games in January with 11 days off in between. I don't know how we fitted them in, but obviously we had to start 1st of January and 06, but then lost it in between. And we couldn't have put the string of results together we had without the boys, without the kids. Because without Kwanzaa, no chance. We have both left backs out, Trent out, midfielders out, so all these things. At midweek we played with James McConnell on 6, and he played extremely well. So these boys used now the situation. And that's exactly, in an ideal world, how it should be. Now the next game is coming in 4 days. I have no idea who can play again. So because they look quite knackered when I had a look in the dressing room. Little back here, Maka on the knee and knee on knee and stuff like this. So nothing major, at least nobody told me that yet. So it's all fine. We need them all, and it's not a phrase, it's exactly how it is. And I'm happy for them that they all could perform the way they performed. The next massive game is coming up already at Arsenal, and let's recover and go again.
The attitude that this team shows, the relentlessness of it, do you find that is that unusual?
I think.
Does it surprise you?
No. I would never take these kind of things for granted, to be honest. But I would really look. Nobody spoke to me. Even you didn't ask me after the United game if I loved the attitude of this team. We play 0-0 at home. It's like everyone sits here and like, what's that? Football without goals. Why watch stuff like this? The attitude that game was absolutely exceptional. But I heard tonight somebody saying to me, this was the best counter-pressing game for a long, long time. I have to watch it back. I loved it, but I have to watch it back to judge that. I love the United game for the counter-pressing, to be honest, but it's like attitude is not our problem. Attitude is something we can expect. Attitude is created by the culture. Attitude is created by the crowd. Attitude is created by pretty much everybody around the team. Attitude will not be the issue of this team. This team is full of joy and full of excitement and all these kind of things. That's really cool. The problem is a lot of other teams in the league are exactly the same. Not exactly the same, but have the same attitude and go for it and will not stop and these kind of things. So that's why if it asks me now, are you happy with that? And now we can, if we finish 7th, no problem, big success. Yeah, then we can say this is a wonderful, but we have to. It's not only about what we can, we have to as well. And that's what we do. And yeah, I said it before, I love pretty much everything about the team. The best thing is that there's a lot of talent there and we mix it up. There's a lot of potential there and we mix it up with attitude and that makes quality. And the more often we do that, the more often we have a chance to win a football game.
Dave?
Conor Valley's had a ridiculously good January. Did you always know that he would be this good?
Yeah, I know it for a while because in left ear is Pep Linders and the right ear is Vitor Matas, and they telling me, I remember Pep sits in my office and says, I put both hands in fire for him. But I loved him from the first day. It didn't need a lot of convincing. The thing is that Conor showed up extremely good in the preseason, did extremely well at Bolton, comes back, looks top in preseason, wow, and is out for 5 months, 4 months. Like, yeah, like these kind of issues what only young people have. But thank God then time can sort it. In our age it will not get better, but in that age group it gets better. So and since he's back, it's a joy to watch him, and it's all credit to the academy because I was said, Conor, Sherelle, James, Bobby, and the others we don't have to mention it, but it's top. Kate Gordon coming back after a long injury, even longer. Stefan Bacet is still out with these kind of thing. It's not cool, but we were counting with Stefan before the season because we knew how good he is. But then he cannot play. That's obviously not helpful. So yeah, no. Academy is doing an incredible job.
Chris, thank Keith, and that's it then.
Yeah, you mentioned a few weeks about how lucky Darwin is.
Yeah. So we played an insane first half, unbelievable, like just, I would say, not to defend, outstanding, really good. The way, why do we speak about Darwin? Obviously because he has so many situations where he missed. But his first game since we count, a player had hit the crossbar 4 times in a game. Yeah. And I'll think you are in his boots, how that feels. So missing a penalty, and you could see it in half time. He was really upset with himself. Then missing the header from close range. But then setting up a goal. He stays in the game. There was never a striker who barely could walk, and everybody asked, what is he doing? And became then the final picture of himself. But this is the way how it works. It's just crazy that he creates that many. Imagine for a second he would take them all. The numbers would be absolutely insane to an extent where he wouldn't understand it anymore. So it's normal. For us it's important because we score 4 goals. Who cares if we could have scored a 5th or 6th? It's really not important. We need to win football games. And he will score, and he scored already. And setting up then in a really important moment, the 4th goal, because there's 3-2 or 4-1, that's a big difference. That makes him really the player he is for us. And the rest will come, definitely.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. See ya.
Hey, thank you so much for checking out the content today. If you want to get your name in and amongst these wonderful people, then head to redmenplus.com. Join as a Legend tier subscriber. You're going to get free merchandise codes. You're going to get in our Discord, and you're going to get your name at the end of YouTube videos. Yes, redmenplus.com, Legend tier status.